Hi everyone, I'm the unusual suspect, and today let me take you back to 2005 when our new Bond was revealed to us for the first time. Now many of you may remember the almighty backlash from the media when Daniel Craig was announced as our new Bond. All the poor guy did was just step off a boat on the River Thames, and everyone was like, no, he's not Bond, he's blonde, he's not good looking enough, etc, etc. And yeah, Craig definitely didn't fit the tall, dark, handsome appearance we associate with the character. And it didn't get much better when stories kept flooding during filming of how Craig broke a tooth during his first fight scene and how he only knew how to drive an automatic car.
The pleasure, I'm sure, was all mine.
Yeah, I bet Brosnan felt a bit smug at this point, but didn't everyone feel like a complete ass when they finished watching the movie and they were like, yeah, I had faith in him this whole time. Shut up. So to answer which Bond is best, I'm going to take a look at Craig's film and take the piss out of it. This is Casino Royale. So we start our movie in Prague as the shady section chief of MI6 gets an unwelcome visit.
Shame. We barely got to know each other. I know where you keep your gun.
Well, you see, I checked your safe, picture frame, plant pot, bookshelf, blinds, chair, lampshade, floorboards, walls, and the cat litter tray, and I finally managed to find your gun. In the front drawer of your desk. I am a genius!
Made you feel it, did he?
Yeah, dirty bastard. So after our title sequence filled to the brim with sexy, curvy, silhouetted men, we cut to generic African nation that no one can pronounce as the local general plans to deposit his money in a bank for terrorists, if you would.
So, how do I trust this man that I've never met with my money?
You don't. So the banker called the chief arrives shortly after, so since this general has never met him before, maybe he'll ask for a background check or something which proves his reliability, or...
Do you believe in God, Mr. Le Chief?
This general has the IQ of a French fry.
I want no risk in the portfolio.
Agreed.
And I can access it anywhere in the world?
Yes.
All made possible by the world-renowned Le Chiffre branded cash machines. You won't like what they print out though.
Fool you!
So now it's back to Bond on his first mission as 007 in Madagascar, and he's on the trail of a bomb maker called Malacca.
Looks like our man. Burn scars on his face.
I wonder if bomb makers are insured for things like that.
Now the hell would a terrorist insurance company work anyway? Or would you get a free Bin Laden Pokemon card with every quote? Why do I have this? But Bond's fellow agent spooks Malacca as our hero pursues in a thrilling chase scene. And whilst this scene acts as a great way to show off this free runner's skills, I think you'll find that Craig uses just as many stunt doubles as Brosnan did. If not more. I mean, who the fuck is that? They don't pay me enough. I mean, seriously, at least with Brosnan's stunt doubles, it was a little harder to make out who the real actor was. But here it's as clear as day. The double simply has lighter hair. See? Stunt double. Craig. Stunt double. Craig. Stunt double. Craig. I mean, isn't being physically able one of the requirements to be a Bond? I mean, I guess the reasoning behind it was that they didn't want to injure Craig, otherwise that might halt filming. But Craig is capable. Look at him making short work of this wall.
Oh yeah!
Well anyway, Malacca eventually reaches his embassy, so Bond has to sneak his way in. So what's he gonna do? Is he gonna go through a vent or via the roof perhaps, or walk straight through the front door? Okay, well as long as he makes sure everyone is knocked out, maybe it could work. Okay, so on Bond's very first mission as a 00, he has terrorized the locals, wrecked public property, risked countless innocent lives, stormed an embassy he has no legal right to be in, injured a senior embassy official, and then proceeds to outright kill someone in cold blood in front of a camera nonetheless. I mean, surely he gets some sort of sentence for his actions, right?
Nope.
So he gets no form of punishment whatsoever.
Exactly.
Ugh. You know, for a movie that touts itself as a more edgy, genuine Bond film, it's not very realistic. But Bond does manage to get a hold of the guy's backpack. Inside is a phone with the message ellipsis. So Bond breaks yet another law by breaking and entering into his own boss's house to track down where the message came from. M shows up, and while she's not exactly happy, as said before, she doesn't really punish him in any way.
And how the hell did you find out where I lived?
Same way I found out your name. I thought M was a randomly assigned letter. I had no idea it stood for...
Utter one more syllable and I'll have you killed.
So M is perfectly acceptable of the fact that Bond just basically blew up half of Madagascar, but one mention of her real name and you're dead.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
I knew it was too early to promote you.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy.
Don't worry, Craig. You're only one of two Bonds who's actually English. Hell, one of them wasn't even British, and look how long he lasted. So Bond learns that the call came from the Bahamas, so with his compulsory product placement in tow, he tracks down the call to a man named Alex Demetrios.
What?
He's in the Bahamas.
You woke me to share his holiday plans.
Well, he's logged into our secure website using your name and password.
Well, how the hell does he know these things?
Well, then try not setting your password as password next time. Yeah, now I know what the N stands for. It stands for moron.
Job, big boy. Yeah.
Mohammed?
He's a Nazi! Get him!
That's to you.
If that was for luck, you're 2 hours late.
200 to you.
Man, how the hell did those two get together? I've seen a more unlikely combination since Homer Simpson and Usher.
I found you finally. You make me wanna say, oh my.
So Bond wins his poker game against Demetrius, so now might seem like a good time to tail him. Follow him to his hideout, find out who he's working for, or just make out with his wife. Okay, oh, and by make out, I mean kiss his belly for a few seconds and then just fuck off.
What?
But Bond does learn that Demetrius is on his way to Miami, so he sets off in his newly won Aston Martin, only to suddenly appear in a cab. Okay, well he tracks Demetrius down to this strange art exhibit. Oh, and he gets caught within like 5 seconds. You actually fell for that? Hey, look over there. Santa? Oh, I'm dead.
What's with you, man? Come on!
But it turns out that Demetrius hired another bomber, so Bond follows him to the airport where he attempts to bypass security and blow up a new aeroplane prototype. Product placement. It's everywhere. Well, that ellipsis message from earlier turns out to be the password to get past this security door, so Bond enters the code and follows the bomber down to the runway. Strange editing choice there, guys. Oh, got to stop killing my cameramen. So after Bond steers the truck away from the plane, he takes the bomb and shouts it to the bomber himself. Damn, look at Bond's smile. I mean, I wonder what the hell he's thinking. I certainly have a craving for trifle right now. So because Bond stopped the bombing of the plane, Le Chiffre loses millions in betting the wrong way in the stock market. So in order for Le Chiffre to win his money back, he's going to do so by playing a high-stakes poker match. So Bond makes his way to Montenegro for the big game, as we're introduced to our bongo for this evening, Vesper, played by Eva Green.
I'm the money.
Every penny of it.
Yeah, well we're in the Eurozone, so that's hardly a compliment anymore.
Then you'll also know that in poker you never play your hand. You play the man across from you.
And you're good at reading people.
Yes, I am. Which is why I've been able to detect an undercurrent of sarcasm in your voice.
No, you think?
You know, former SAS types with easy smiles and expensive watches. Rolex.
Amiga.
Beautiful.
Pierce Brosnan wouldn't advertise products so cheap.
Diet Coke. Tastes great straight or on the rocks. Yet it's just 1 calorie. That's why Diet Coke is the perfect soft drink for an imperfect world.
Just for the taste of it.
What? Well, at least Brosnan advertises something I could buy. Who the fuck can afford an Amiga? So the two reach Montenegro as MI6 have prepared aliases for them.
Apparently we're very much in love.
Apparently you forgot your sun cream. I mean, jeez, what the fuck happened? Did you get locked in a sunbed for half the day?
Welcome to the Hotel Splendid. Your name, sir?
James Bond. You'll find the reservation under beach.
You watch your language. But Bond chooses to forgo his alias, but this doesn't impress Vesper very much.
And now he knows something about you. He knows you're reckless. Take the next one. There isn't enough room for me and your ego.
Oh, for a moment I thought you were referring to something else. Hey Vegeta, what does the scanner say about how big it is? It's over 9 inches! Good to know. So a full 69 minutes into the movie, alright, Bond finally reaches Casino Royale.
And you must be Mr. Bliss's replacement. Welcome, Mr. Beach.
Oh, wait, sorry, that's my name, isn't it? Awkward.
As you know, the game is no limit. Hold'em poker. 5 communal cards, 2 in the hole.
Wait a minute, go back. Now this actress here is Tsai Chin. Now she was actually in another Bond movie.
You think we better, huh?
That's right, she played that Chinese chick at the beginning of You Only Live Twice.
No, just different. Like Peking duck is different from Russian caviar, but I love them both.
Darling, I give you very best duck.
So to clarify, she gave him the best duck of his life.
And I've never been so humiliated in all my life!
Mr. Kaminovsky is the small blind, $5,000, and Mr. Fukutu, the big blind, $10,000.
Whoa. Mr. Fukutu? If that guy ever needs to send a message, he should just hyphenate his name. So after playing for 2 nights, Bond goes all in on a bet and ends up losing all of his money.
I'm gonna need the other $5 million to buy back in.
I can't do that, James.
Look, I made a mistake.
It was an honest cleavage mistake.
You lost because of your ego. And that same ego can't take it. That's what this is about. All you're going to do now is lose more.
Okay, let's go again, Eva, without the shifty eyes this time, or I swear I'm going to post this as your Facebook profile pic. So Vesper decides not to give Bond the money, so he decides to cheer himself up with a martini.
Huh. Nothing like a depressant to chase the blues away.
Yeah, you got, yeah.
But CIA agent Felix Leiter steps in and agrees to stake Bond, so as long as the CIA bring him in. So Bond gets back in the game and does rather well. That is until he gets poisoned.
Who is it?
007. Bond's been poisoned. He's going into cardiac arrest.
Jeez man, you could hurry up a bit. He's poisoned. Try to sound a little more urgent. Oh hey, hey, how's it going? You good? Yeah, good for me too, yeah. I just beat Pokemon White, and I had a lot of fun at that, but my team could beat anybody. And, yeah, life is overall been good to me lately, yeah. Oh, and Bond's been poisoned, I could die any second now. Would you like a coffee?
Ventricular tachycardia. Digitalis. What the hell do we give him?
Digitalis, huh? Early symptoms of ingestion include nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, wild hallucinations, delirium, severe headache, and... well, put it this way, Bond, you may need a change of pants. But Vesper arrives and kickstarts Bond's heart back, so it's off to yet more poker.
I'm sorry. That last hand nearly killed me.
Gentlemen, and now we reach our final game, and this highlights the biggest fault of the movie for me. It puts a big emphasis on the poker games, and if you don't understand Texas Hold'em poker, then these scenes will go over your head. I have no idea what those cards mean. What I do know, however, is that Bond wins the pot, but he does so with a straight flush. And any poker player will tell you that in this instance, Bond was one mighty lucky son of a bitch to get that hand.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
But here's a shock. Le Chiffre is a little pissed, so he kidnaps Vesper as Bond gives chase. Yes, we finally get to see the Aston Martin in action. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh. I hope he had car insurance. I mean, what the hell is he gonna do now?
Go compare! Go!
Thank God. I'll have Meerkats advertise my car insurance to me, thank you very much. So Le Chiffre captures Bond and Vesper as he takes the two to his boat.
Wow. You've taken good care of your buddy.
No homo, Le Chiffre. No homo. You know what? You all know what's coming, so let's go through this scene the only way I know how. Through song. Truly, a man who quite literally has balls of steel. But Bond and Vesper are saved by the dude we saw at the beginning of the movie as he kills Le Chiffre. The two are then reunited, and I don't know what that rope had in it because the two suddenly have feelings for each other. I mean, seriously, I have no idea where this romance came from. 1 minute they're like, "You're a bloody idiot." And then they're like,
"You can have me anywhere."
I mean, even Bond acknowledges there is someone else in Vesper's life.
He's a very lucky man.
Are we just supposed to forget about this guy? Ah, well, who cares? Time for sex! Whoa, steady on, this is a hospital! What the fuck are you doing at a hospital? Some old dude's used urinary catheter could be in there. Oh, watch out for the colostomy bag! Ah, shit! Ah, great, you broke his neck. Now what the hell are you gonna put in his tombstone? Well, isn't that how everyone wants to go? So Bond and Vesper continue to celebrate their love by going to Italy.
No, stop it. Stop.
You know, considering your balls were just repeatedly whacked to death just a couple of days ago, you seem surprisingly game for it. After the two part their ways for the day, it turns out that the money Bond won is being withdrawn by Vesper, so Bond tails her to find out why. Oh, yeah, nice choice of attire there, Vesper. You're supposed to be going incognito, you're not auditioning for a Special K advert, you know.
Because believe it or not, we don't just wake up looking fabulous. Special K. Get more delicious every day.
So Vesper arrives at an exchange of sorts, but these mysterious men spot Bond and open fire. Bond manages to kill all the men, but Vesper decides to drown herself because she, well, Bond needs a new love interest in the next movie, doesn't he? All you ladies out there may think Bond is the hottest thing on this planet, but you need to know, he's scared of commitment. So after the most uncomfortable scene in movie history, I think your dirty man can fathom why this is.
That's disgusting.
M tells Bond what happens. It turns out that Vesper made a deal with these men to spare Bond's iron balls in exchange for $115 million. That's some expensive balls.
You don't trust anyone, do you, James?
No.
What, not even M?
No.
Yourself?
No.
Not even your pet dog, Pongo?
No.
You bastard!
Okay, this movie is great and all, but God, enough with the product placement, Sony. I mean, Jesus, we've had Sony cameras, Sony TV, Sony laptops, Sony Blu-ray players, Sony phones, Sony flavored crisps, Sony condoms, Sony vibrators. It's a goddamn marketing bitch fest. I'm surprised Vesper didn't commit suicide by hanging herself with a pair of Sony branded headphones and just quickly coming back to life for a few seconds just to say they deliver crisp clear sound with a comparable treble and bass, all for just $99.99. Sony, for the right price, we'll make you our bitch.
Sign me up!
But it turns out Vesper left Bond a message exposing a man called Mr. White, so Bond goes over to his place for a friendly chat. Oh, for God's sake, off your Sony mobile phone, you ass! The hell are you doing updating your Facebook? Mr. White used to be a criminal, but then he took a bullet to the knee. Send. I'm too funny.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
So there's Casino Royale, and before I talk about which Bond I think is best, let's take a look at the movie first. And there is a lot to love here. Casino Royale truly did breathe new life into the franchise. It's much more believable and grittier, which made me more invested in what was going on. The action scenes are big and brash, and seeing all the explosions and impacts that litter this film, it truly is a sight to behold, especially in theatres. I also love how they made the other characters matter more. Bond's allies play their role, and they leave much more of an impact on the plot than they did previously. The Bond girl is great. Vesper isn't one of those kick-ass Bond girls like Jinx or Wei Lin, but she's definitely one of the more interesting, basically because she had more of a story to tell. I do think the plot about her having an Algerian boyfriend and how he was being held for ransom felt a little shoehorned in at the end, even though they do address it a little more in the sequel. But she was still played excellently by Green, and the scenes where Bond and Vesper are just bantering with each other is just great cinema. The villain I have mixed feelings on, because whilst Le Chiffre isn't your conventional take over the world kind of bad guy, he hardly comes across as threatening, and as an audience you should be fearing the villain, not pitying him. About the only time he comes across as a real threat is when he's torturing Bond, but about 5 minutes later, oh, he's killed by someone we know nothing about. Lame. The bad guy should be killed by Bond, that's how it goes. But the film is excellently paced, and yeah, the poker scenes aren't going to interest many who don't know how to play, but the film just has so many different set pieces, it actually feels like you're getting 3 films in one here. You have the investigation scenes, the poker game, and the romance subplot, with action scenes here and there to keep it interesting. There's something here for everyone, and it rivals GoldenEye as one of the best Bond movies, period. While sometimes you can actually kind of forget it's a Bond film, it's still a fantastic piece of cinema. And that brings me to the biggest problem with Daniel Craig as Bond. He's a great interpretation of the character, no doubt about it, but Brosnan feels a lot more like a Bond should, at least in my opinion. 007 is an ideal. He's a man that women want and men want to be like, and if I have to ask myself who would I rather be, I'd rather be Brosnan. He's cooler, he's wittier, and he's just got more style. Sure, Craig has all of these things too, but it's these qualities that make me want to see Brosnan more as Bond, and less of all these other roles he's been doing lately. So it is really close, but my personal favourite Bond out of the two is Pierce Brosnan. Sorry, Craig.
Well, then you're an idiot.
Now I know what you're thinking. Suspect, what about all the other Bonds? Sean Connery is the original, he's the best ever. Well, maybe I'll take a look at a film from Connery, Lazenby, Moore and Dalton another day. But for the time being, I've got a certain franchise I need to wrap up. So join me next time as I take a look at the last in the 8-part saga, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I'll see you then.